Conservative New Media viewers, Jeremy Lin fans around the world, Charlotte Hornets fans around the world, what's up? It's me, PFA Paulo Villarreal, the NBA expert, and we're here to discuss the Charlotte Hornets' 116-111 victory tonight over the Brooklyn Nets in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hornets improved to 6-6 on the season, and the Nets dropped to 2-10. Okay, and as I count down here, I'm going to do a loud noise, so if you don't want to hear that, turn down your headphones, please, or your speakers. 3, 2, 1. Woo! This was a fun game to watch, just in general, and certainly for Jeremy Lin fans. I won't spend too much time on the statistics here. The bottom line in this game, both teams were on a back-to-back. Charlotte's a better team than the Hornets. Charlotte's a better team than the Nets are, and they should have won this game, and they did win it. When we talked about in yesterday's Game 11 video was that Charlotte didn't shoot free throws that well, and they didn't shoot the three-pointer that well against the Knicks. Well, tonight they were better in both categories, significantly better at three-point attempts, and better enough in free throw attempts in order to get the job done. Let's go over Jeremy's statistics, and I want to talk about his game and just the overall perspective here on him and the team after I go over his stats. 13 points in 29 minutes played, 5 of 13 from the field, including 0 of 4 from three-point range, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, 9 rebounds, which was tied for the team lead, 4 assists, 1 steal, no block shots, 5 turnovers, 3 personal fouls. Jeremy's plus-minus was a +8. Again, the bench was very good in this game and helped Charlotte considerably. This was the second straight night in which Steve Clifford used Jeremy Lin as the sixth man, as the guy that finished out the game and as the guy played more minutes with the starters, rather than Jeremy Lamb. And it's not, in my opinion, it's not a coincidence that in both of these games, you've seen Jeremy Lin play with super high energy and play a style that I just said on Twitter I called Jeremy Ball. What Jeremy at his best, Jeremy in the style that he prefers to play, is very high energy and a high risk, high reward, which means you're going to get turnovers. But that's because Jeremy is pushing the pace and he's trying to make plays. It's like frantic energy. And there's some good parts of it and there's some bad parts of it. Usually, when Jeremy's playing well, the good outweighs the bad. And that's what happened tonight, and that's what happened last night. And what's great about this is by Steve Clifford using Jeremy as the sixth man in both of these games, it's kind of like it's giving credibility or affirmation to Jeremy playing like this. In other words, yeah, we want you to play like this. This is what we want. So I think this is the most that Jeremy Lin has played like himself since he's been in Charlotte. And that's a really good sign. Now, to have when Jeremy gets more comfortable with the team and as he continues to refine his skills, the maximized version of this will be fewer turnovers and better shooting, particularly better shooting from three-point line. So there's still more to come. There's more levels of this for Jeremy. But you can't get to the 10th level without starting at the first level. The first level is play your game, and hopefully the coach will give you a chance to play your game. And that's what happened the last 2 nights. So I'm thrilled as a Jeremy Lin fan. This is exactly what you wanted to see. And don't shy away from the shots. Take your shots. Even if your shooting form is, in between, and it's still not perfect, and you're trying to figure it out and iron out the wrinkles. So we'd rather have Jeremy go 0 for 4 from three-point range than 0 for 1 because he doesn't want to take shots. Just take your shot. And that's what Jeremy did tonight. He's decisive. He's quick. He's very active, like with the 9 rebounds. Jeremy is an energy type of player. He is a pace changer. He affects the tempo of the game. And that's a big part of what makes him good and what makes him him. Now, we've talked about before, you still have to be able to play at slower speeds. But Jeremy, when he's playing free, so to speak, when he's playing like him, this is how he plays. And so this is good. This is good. It's going to be good for Jeremy's spirit because, like I said, he's getting affirmed playing his style. And this is what he wanted. This is why he's here. It's not only did he did that, he got the 6th-man role, and the team won. So that's the maximum outcome you can have. Because it's not about hitting shots. It's not about if you hit shots in a particular game. It's about how you approach taking shots, not shying away from the shots, and playing with energy. Playing with energy and playing with pace. And that's what he did tonight. It's the same thing. You have to get past the jitters. You have to get past the mistakes to get to the optimal level that you can do. And now it's like Jeremy's finally starting to be him with this team. And they're letting him do it. They're letting him play through the mistakes. They're kind of letting go of the reins on the horse. And that's great because that will get Jeremy to where he needs to get to. And like I said, if you can do it in a win, that's even better. So this is a really good sign for Jeremy and for the team. Because, look, I've come to respect Jeremy Lamb's game more than I did before. He is more versatile than I thought he was. There are definitely things he can do. He is an excellent shooter. Obviously, he's a larger person than Jeremy Lin is. But Jeremy Lin, at his best, is a special talent. Real special. And being able to unleash that talent and harness that talent is going to help the Charlotte Hornets a lot. And what they've done with Jeremy on the court is it just changes the energy of the game. It changes the tempo of the game in your favor. And I think Coach Clifford's starting to understand it now. So, let Jeremy play through the turnovers. Let him play through the missed shots, because if you do, you're going to get rewarded. And that's what happened tonight. And it happened last night, even though the team didn't win. The Knicks made a good comeback, and the starters just didn't have it last night, except for Kemba. So, an excellent outing. This is a real good sign all the way around for everybody involved. Charlotte Hornets fans, Jeremy Lin fans, just fans of fun and exciting basketball. Jeremy is an exciting player. He's somebody that plays the game the way that you want it to be played. It's like watching the Warriors play or something. When Jeremy's at his best, the ball's all over the place, zipping around. Everything's happening fast. Points are flying up on the scoreboard in that. That's the other thing that happened this game. The ball moved better. The ratio between made field goals to assist on the Charlotte team was closer to 1 in this game than I think it was in the Knicks game and some other games of this season. So the ball is moving freer more. And look, a lot of people were not happy with Kemba last night. Kemba passed the ball tonight. Kemba's not a selfish player. He's not. And he definitely likes Jeremy, which is a huge advantage to Jeremy over other situations he's been in. Those two have an excellent relationship, and you could see it, and it carries over onto the court. Kemba will give the ball to Jeremy. Kemba just gets locked in on his own shot sometimes. I don't think it's selfishness. I think in Kemba's head, that's a good decision for him. That's what he thinks. But I don't think it's because he's selfish. He just doesn't seem to have that personality. He wants to win. And he's supportive of teammates, and he will pass you the ball. If that kind of comes into his mind. It just doesn't always come into his mind. But I don't think it's not a malicious or selfish thing, I don't think, by Kemba. So, great win. The team is back at 500. We've been here 2 times before, I believe, this season, 4-4 and 5-5. And now we're going to have a real good chance to get over 500 for the first time this year, and that is because the next opponent coming up is the Philadelphia 76ers. That game will take place 2 days from now, Friday, November 20th, here in the United States, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. That means that the game will take place on Saturday, November 21st at 8 a.m. in the morning in Taipei, Taiwan, and throughout China. Philly is probably the worst team in the league, but they do have some talent. They're not talentless. Their depth isn't that good. Charlotte's going to be favored considerably in this game, and this is the game to win. Again, you got the next 6 games are all at home. Got to build up as many wins and get as far over 500 if possible and as possible. So we got to win that game. Let me go on from there. Move on to the next game. But so Philadelphia 76ers, next game coming up. For Jeremy, just keep playing like this. Again, I know Jeremy's working as hard as he possibly can on 3-pointers and all that. That's just, it'll come. Part of it's confidence and rhythm. And so Jeremy, in Jeremy's own rhythm. Jeremy's rhythm and his own good vibe is going to improve from games like tonight because he's playing his game and his style and he's being allowed to do that. That's going to help him shoot better. It will. And the kind of confidence will trickle down. Remember, we're only 12 games into the season and Jeremy's coming off of 3 years of nonsense. So it's going to take some time. And the psychological aspect of shooting and performing is just as much as the technical aspect. So he's working on it. It'll improve. The turnovers, a couple of the turnovers, he's not getting calls again. A couple of the turnovers will be better once he has more chemistry and playing time with his new teammates. So I'm not worried about the turnovers at all. Jeremy came into this game averaging something like about 2.7 turnovers per 36 minutes or so. That's real good, particularly for him. That's really good. So I'm not worried about that. Sure, it'll go up after tonight. Doesn't matter. Jeremy's PER coming into this game was, I want to say it was about 18.2 or 18.1. It will go down a little bit tonight, but not much. Maybe he'll be at like 18.0 or 17.9. Bottom line is, he played well. He played his style. The Coach Clifford stayed with him and played him as the 6th man, and the team won. So it's just everything's positive tonight. I'm really happy for him and for the team. And let's move on to the next game. And like I said, let's go out and try to get a win. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down. Your comments below. I will try to put information about highlights of this game into the video description below the video player as soon as I can. I want to thank Gary Chen for the artwork you're looking at right now. Gary is a member of the Jeremy Only Lynn Garden fan group. Gary is an artist and blogger in Taiwan. We'll put information in the video description so you can learn more about Gary and more about the Jeremy Only Lynn Garden fan group, and if you'd like to do that. Also, in the video description, information so you can come and join the Conservative New Media Facebook group and how you can come and follow us on Twitter, where we like to talk basketball. Basically, that's all we do on Twitter on that account. So we'd love to have you come and join us there as well. Once again, I'm PFE Paul F. Villarreal. the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. Just a great night. A great night. Again, don't get caught up in any particular negative stats or turnovers or any of that. This was a winning night for Jeremy and for the team. And if you're a Jeremy Lin fan, this was really a good night because this is a harbinger or a herald of better things to come. This is a sign of what can be. And I'm sure Jeremy's going to feel great after this game. I know in a post-game interview, I'm sure he'll be talking about his turnovers, but this is how he's going to get to where he wants to be and where his fans want him to be. And it's just great for him to be in an environment where he's supported. Because no matter what happens or how many he played 16 minutes, he respects Coach Clifford. Coach Clifford respects him. He's got coaches like assistant coach Silas there. He likes his teammates. The teammates like him. It's night and day from other situations. As he keeps getting more comfortable, more of his game will click in, including the shooting and other things. So I'm very much looking forward to it, and it's just a fun night all around. Have a great night or great day wherever you are around the world. Take care. We will talk to you again soon in a couple days when the Charlotte Hornets take on the Philadelphia 76ers.